Stanger is a town about 75 kilometers from Durban in South Africa. It's surrounded by sugarcane fields as far as the eye can see. Stanger, also known as Kwadukuza, was founded by King Shaka in the year 1820. Now I decided the first place that I'm gonna come to is actually King Shaka's heritage site, and this is actually the rock that King Shaka was killed on. He was sitting on this rock when he was killed by his two brothers, and that is the actual burial site of King Shaka. King Shaka, also known as Shaka Zulu, was the king of the Zulu kingdom from 1816 to 1828. He was one of the most influential monarchs of the Zulu kingdom, responsible for reorganizing the Zulu military into a formidable force. In the mid-1820s, Shaka was treated by Henry Francis Finn after an attempted assassination from a rival tribe member. To show his gratitude, Shaka permitted European settlers to enter and operate in the Zulu kingdom. Shaka was fascinated by Western technology and wanted to teach his people new skills in order to survive in a world that was bigger than they thought. After he was assassinated, the town was burnt down and then rebuilt in 1873 by European settlers and was named after William Stanger, the General of Natal. Here at the heritage site, the two amazing tour guides give you an experience into the world of the Zulus. For just $10, you get a history lesson, a video, and a walkthrough where you get to see even the Zulu housing from back in the days. I'm climbing inside a hut that the Zulus used to... I'm crawling inside a hut that the Zulus used to live in. Wait. What? Okay, I'm kneeling in a hut and I must go right. Okay, I'm kneeling into a hut that the Zulus used to live in. And apparently when the males need to go inside, you gotta crawl in. Lord, and then you gotta go right. Whoa. Whoa. Check this out. It's quite exciting. The Zulu Huts are beehive shaped and have this section here as a windbreaker and fences around it to stop the animals coming into the hut. How I must come out? I must walk around the same way. I mustn't go around the fire. Yes or no? I must go around the fire. Okay. Okay. I'm crawling out now. I'm gonna duck walk. It was a good experience. So, I decided to leave the heritage site and check out the streets of Stanger. Now, there were many stores in every road and a lot of street vendors in every direction. The local markets here get a lot of support from the local people, which is always good to hear in South Africa. So, I came here to the Trinity Methodist Church, which was built more than 100 years ago and is still operational today. As I was gazing upon this marvelous landmark, I couldn't help but notice two Indian guys following me. Hey! Hit a wheelie there! The toes, yeah, let's zoom into their face. You see those face? Yeah, I see you're doing a 7 sign upside down, but anyway. I pushed on my journey as I wanted to see some of the schools in the area, and one just caught my attention. What's this thing called? Indian what? Stanger Indian? Stanger State Indian School. So, I've traveled to 3 cities so far, and Stanger is proven to be so far the oldest city in terms of heritage. I'm here at the Stanger Secondary School, which was opened in 1920, which makes it 101 years old. An ex-learner of notable reference is Kader Asmal, who was a South African politician and a professor of human rights who fought for our freedom back in the days. This school was opened in 1920 and catered for the Indian community during apartheid, and used to be called the Stanger Indian Stanger Indian Charo School. What? Stanger what? It used to be called a Stanger State Indian School.
That's just for issue.
That's bloopers, that. A little up the road had a place they used to call the Indian Village back in the days, which used to serve as living quarters for the Indian laborers working in the sugarcane mill which I will show you in a bit. Later that evening, I was invited to a place called Terminals, which is like a little blue lagoon here in Stanger, where the locals get together, chill, play loud music, and just have a good time with their friends. So, I'm parking here at Dodoi's. This is a famous section now I'm hearing on my comment section of my videos. Praveen is gonna make us a chow here. Dodoi's is famously known for their super hot chili burger called the Terra Masut. So basically what the old do here, alls like this or like that or and that or, they get bablas in the middle of the night. They're driving posy, they can't make it posy. Plus, they can't buy posy with a smell, you check, so they come over here to chow the super hot chili burger, which basically cures them from whatever they're feeling so they can go home properly. I can't chow this thing, so I'll die.
What do you think? We never tasted this thing before.
Why are you so bang to taste it now then if you're acting like that? No, it doesn't matter. Put the top down and chow the thing. Then I chow here, except mine. After an argument, I just ended up eating.
One bite don't count. Have the
We got a slum cemetery around there, sir. Phone them, tell them make a plan now.
One bite you come right.
Hey, you know what the TM is?
Who's that?
Why are you not finishing your piece?
Huh?
Give it to Rose.
No, where's Ro, reckon? Where Ro, reckon one bite. One bite. Give me exact. One bite, you'll come right, exact. Fuck it, brah. Die with me, please. It's all yours, brah.
Throw this away from, bro.
We can't share the thing here, exact.
I'm not seeing that, not baby.
Check this out, exact.
It's a porridge, bro. It's a porridge.
No, this is you're drinking Gaviscon. That's why he's fucking. That's why he's all alright. I can't breathe more, exact. Big tunes, give me exact. After having a lacquer time with the locals, I wanted to call it a night, but I got invited to listen to some local music called Nagara. Usually this happens at events, but there were none of that on that night. However, I did get a clip of Nagara dancing. Lucky you don't see me dancing. Anyway, I finally decided to call it a night. The next morning, I drove deep into Stanger to check out the Sugarcane Farms. I got to see the sunrise on the farm, which was just beautiful. Good morning, Earth. So, it's quite early in the morning. It's like 6 o'clock. And I came to the farm in Kwadukuza. Hey, what was that? This thing's moving. I thought it was a snake or whatever. So I came to look at the sunrise and check out the sugarcane plantations, the farms. And as far as my eye could see, in fact, I was told that it's hundreds of thousands of hectares, I don't know, all over. It's full of sugarcane farms, and I had no idea, to be honest. I didn't think that it was that big or that much, but it is. And today is a beautiful day. It's Saturday, and I'm actually going to go and visit a lot of other places that has a lot of history behind it. Hey, go away, man. So I'm from the city, and I can't do all the insects and whatever, but anyway, I'm making a plan. I'm enjoying myself, as you can see. I took some pictures in the farm and practiced how to be a farmer just to get a taste of what it feels like. Okay, people, I'm OG 2 Scoops. I just planted the whole sugarcane field. Okay, that didn't work out, and eventually I stopped by some cows who decided to block the entire road. Hello, baby cow. This is what the field looks like before, and this is what it looks like a few months later. Can you see how pointy and straight that is? Can you see it? Well, the unique skills of growing quality sugarcane came with the Indian labor force in 1860. The SS Truro arrived at the port of Natal in 1860, carrying some 342 Indian indentured laborers. Tens of thousands more followed on 5-year contracts, and most of them did not return to India, trading in their salaries for property in South Africa. They were unique and amazing at cultivating sugarcane, and that helped grow this industry into what it is today. And that is why we have so many sugarcane fields in KwaZulu-Natal. I visited a nearby area called Darnell and saw the Darnell mill. It was huge, and this is the place that some of our forefathers worked back in the days. The Darnell mill is still operational today, and it felt so good to actually see something from history that's still operating. As my journey came to an end, I saw some really old temples on my way out. Well, my visit to Stanger was amazing. I highly recommend that you visit Stanger if you have an interest in the history of Indians or Zulus, or just the history of our country in general. Make sure to visit King Shaka's heritage site and the Dukuza Museum, which was right opposite, but sadly it was closed when I was there. The people of Stanger were friendly, and I found a sense of belonging, seeing the history of Indians and experiencing the locals who just, well, were being themselves. Anyway, until next time, I'm OG 2 Scoops. Follow my page for more of my journey around Durban and surrounding cities.